I would now like to invite Rakel Petursdottir from the National Gallery of Iceland, and I would also kindly ask the other presenters to join us at the big table. We don't want to be playing musical chairs, so thank you.
Can't find mine here. Mine is not here.
Should we go? Okay.
Can't find mine here. So.
When did you put it with them? I apologize for the technical problems, but we'll still be in time, within the given time in the program.
Yes, this. Yes, dear colleagues, sorry for this interruption, but my paper, my talk, Our Eyes Should Train Our Heart, is about dialogues on death. Museum educators are constantly confronted with new challenges and have to tackle controversial issues. As educators, curators for education, we must manage the experience with the utmost respect and never compromise professional integrity and honesty. In the measuring of the success of our aforementioned, the most popular metric has been the quantity of museum guests. I feel, however, that the value of the quantity of the visit, the impression left on the guest, is often overlooked. In trying to take the quantitative metric into consideration, I mean the qualitative metric, the National Gallery of Iceland, a modest gallery, has applied various methods making the collection and the exhibition accessible and to create qualitative moments for the museum guest. Live interactive conversations with academic enthusiasts in various fields that has led to open discussion connecting diverse groups of people to the museum. In a recent exhibition titled Dialogues on Death, I was presented with the challenge of bringing life to an exhibition concerned with death. I could foresee the exhibition would attract people that had lost their beloved ones, people that would attend were possibly searching for consolation and relief. Death is the only thing we know for sure and will happen in life, but it's also not easy to talk about. Dialogues on Death is an installation by an artist and a doctor in geriatrics that interviewed 8 elderly people about their view on death and how to tackle the last moments in their lives. This was a unique cooperation where art and science met. The National Gallery of Iceland operates differently compared to other national galleries in the world that have permanent exhibitions. New exhibitions demand new approach every time. For the exhibition, Dialogues on Death, it was clear for me that I would need experts on death to discuss this matter. Among others, I invited a hospital priest to take part in the education program. He gave a captivating lecture on the theme death and the history of death. My personal experience taking part in this discussion with the visiting groups gave me a new perspective on death. I considered this was a valuable qualitative moment initiated by this expert that affected the whole group, included myself, as a trial, and it helped me going on with the discussion. By getting people from various professions involved from outside is a way to engage democratic function of a museum. Museum professionals need courage to dare to go new ways in communication. Our visitors had to be brave to enter the gallery with the installation Dialogues on Death. Going through a narrow corridor passageway with old clothes, they entered a dark room filled with old furniture and the sound of a beating heart from an electrocardiogram and a pulse, like a voice found in hospitals, that makes you feel that someone was there just a few minutes ago. Where do we go, or do we go? Surrounded by empty shelves and cupboards, you wonder where all the things had gone. Our worldly possessions, goods, holdings, toys we collect, where do they go, and what happens to them? These questions created the giving and inspiring conversation in museological context. Having the artist Magnus Pálsson and Dr. Helga Hansdóttir coming and explaining their approach and the priest talking to the people made the visit for many people a meaningful moment in taking the gratitude experience seriously. The effect on both adults and children listening to the voices, putting the headphones on, hearing all these people talking about the end of life in calm, realistic, and honest way, evoke respect for this generation we have so much to thank for. Measured in conversation afterwards, where the value of beauty in these recorded conversations on death came through. The museum is a creative environment for learning, and teaching is the most crazy form of art, as Magnus Pálsson, the artist, put it. Citing Alain de Botton in the title, Our Eyes Should Train Our Heart, I like to mention his point of view declaring that museum educators were tired of being neutral in their performance as mediators that reflect academic traditions in chronological order. Educators want to ask essential questions and use museum objects in a meaningful way, and their intention are to help people to live and achieve self-knowledge, to remember forgiveness and love, and to stay sensitive to other trials and tribulations. Enhancing the quality of school visits has to be done in cooperation with schools, and we have to strengthen these cross-boundaries by helping teachers to use museums in a meaningful way, because this work has to be done at both ends to enhance the students' possibility of benefiting from the visit. Talking about quality standards, the emphasis should be on having the museum work as a comprehensive, creative body. It would make a difference in having the ICOM definition of museum changed by prioritizing museum education by placing the word communication at the first of museum basic function. In this order: communication, research, preservation. As said before in this conference, to change the meaning of words, we need to change our thinking. We should focus on the visitor. What stories are we going to tell and how? What and for whom do we collect? What meaning does it have for today? Why should the object be preserved? What meaning does it have for today? By quoting the Croatian museologist Tomislav Sola, what is good in past should direct us today by its value. There is nothing wrong in having the dead as guides if their messages are interpreted correctly and according to our specific circumstances. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.